Welcome back to Miwa Japanese Kitchen. Today we are going to make a Japanese kids bento box. It's meat-free, fish-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. It will take you only 15 minutes to put together the final pieces in the morning. Stay with me because I'm going to share loads of tips, especially when you make a bento box for kids. Let's get started. We are starting with the meal prep the night before. Japanese twist tofu scramble. I have one block of tofu, which is about 300 grams. Put something heavy on top of it to draw out the moisture for 15 minutes. Soak frozen edamame to thaw. In 15 minutes, let's chop some vegetables. I have a leek, finely chop them. And for carrot, cut into small dice for the kids to eat easier. Speaking of leek, you can use yellow onion, spring onion, and eschalot. In a pan, add 1 tablespoon of oil, then in go chopped carrot and spring onion. Cook them over mid-heat for 3 minutes or so. And by the time you will see lots of liquid come out from tofu, roughly crumble them by hand and add it to the pan. Then in goes seasonings. 1 tablespoon of sugar, 3 tablespoons of mirin, 3 tablespoons of tamari soy sauce, and 1 teaspoon of kombu stock powder, which you can find in the Asian supermarket. Lots of moisture will be released from tofu. And from now, you can just keep stir them over mid-heat. When the liquid is reduced in half, add cooked soybeans and edamame. This is gonna be a protein-packed dish. And continue to cook them until all the liquid is completely evaporated. Stir them periodically to prevent from burning. And I'm keeping vegetable very simple today, but any other root vegetable goes well in this recipe, such as burdock, lotus root, and mushrooms are great options. It took me 10 minutes to cook, but the cooking time varies depending on how much liquid your tofu contains. More liquid it has, longer to cook. We want to remove the excess moisture as much as possible when it comes to the bento box. So this is tip number 1. The excess moisture will cause the bacteria to activate, means your bento box will go bad easily. So I highly recommend to evaporate the excess moisture as much as possible here. Next, moving on to the Okra Egg Omelette. For the prep, we're just gonna blanch the okra for 30 seconds in salted water, let it cool and keep them in a container. And for the potato corn salad, wash the potato and remove the eye. Peel the skin of potato. I usually love to keep the skin on, but for some kids, these skins are a little too tough to chew, but it's your choice. If your kids are not so sensitive, go ahead and keep the skin on. Then place it in a microwave-safe container and microwave them for 600 watts for 3 minutes. Or you can always boil or steam the potato on stove top. Then open the lid and make sure the potato is fork tender. And mash the potato. And by the way, I have a low-carb bento box video. If you haven't watched, make sure to go back and watch. Add 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar and 3 tablespoons of canned corn when the potato is still steaming hot. It's the time for potato to absorb the sourness and sweetness, so it's crucial to add them when the potato is still hot. The sweetness of corn will incorporate it with the tanginess of vinegar very well, so make sure to add the liquid of canned corn as well. My kids love the corn, so I tend to add lots of corn. Then add 1 teaspoon of tamari soy sauce for the umami flavor and followed by 1 teaspoon of soy milk for the creaminess. Adjust the taste with salt. When it's cooled down, transfer onto the container. The preps are ready. Okay, next morning, we are starting with making rice. I have a steamed rice. If you want to know how to make a rice in a pot, please watch the separate video I linked on the box. Mix steamed rice and gomashio. Gomashio is the mixture of black sesame seed and salt. Set this aside until it's cooled down, and as an extra effort to make a bento box fun, you can make a small rice bowl using plastic wrap. For some kids, especially under 3 years old, it takes ages to finish up the rice, but this small bowl of shape helps kids to eat easier with 1 bite. You can also make a triangle shape if you want to. I have 2 fun rice bowl ideas on separate video I linked on the box below. Next, Okra Egg Omelette. Crack 2 eggs. In goes 1 teaspoon of soy milk, half teaspoon of tamari soy sauce, and a pinch of salt and whisk that together. Then trim off the top of okra. This part might be too tough for kids. I have this small rectangular shaped skillet. Grease the pan well with the toasted sesame oil. Heat it over high heat and make sure the pan is well heated before you pour the egg mixture to prevent from sticking. Drop egg mixture, and if you hear the sizzling sound, you know it's ready. Once the pan is well heated, pour about a third of egg mixture. Spread them evenly, and you will start to see the edges getting dry. Then at this point, place the okura and start to roll towards you. And as you can see, I didn't grease the pan well on the left corner, so it sticks. And once you reach the bottom, grease the pan again and slide your egg to the top. And pour half of the remaining egg mixture. And make sure the egg mixture to go under the roll so that you can stick them together. Start rolling it just like you did before. Then just repeat the same process for the last layer. I'm opening the chopstick widely to hold it stable. Even though you messed up like me, you can always fix the shape at the end by using the corner of rectangular pan, which what I love this about this pan. You can also saute some veggies and doesn't take much space in dishwasher. So if you need one, I put the shop link on the box below. And transfer onto the cutting board and let it cool down before you cut them. And take out the meal prep, and we are about to assemble everything into the bento box. For the potato corn salad, scoop about 1 tablespoon of it and place on the plastic wrap. Close it up and twist on top. Make a bowl shape inside. If you see the potato is a little too dry, mix with vegan mayo or any oil before you make a bowl shape. My kids actually prefer the one with mayo. Then for the tofu scramble, reheat them in the microwave for 600 watts for 1 minute. Reheating in the morning will kill the potential bacteria. Now we have a bento station ready. Time to decorate your bento box. I'm always get excited when I reach to this point. I have this dinosaur bento box which I have been using for 3 years. It has a lot of scratch, but my son still love it. I place rice bowl first. If your bento box is too crowded, it makes it harder for kids to take out. So I use reusable silicone cup for the separation. And by the way, I make a bento box for every day for age 2 and 4. If your kids are older than mine, you probably don't need a separation for rice bowl. Next, egg omelette. I love cute star shape of okra, but you can always use any other vegetable such as carrot, zucchini. Place another silicone cup, then add tofu scramble and potato salad, and fill up the space with cherry tomato.
In summertime in Japan, it's very humid and hot, so I try not to cut my cherry tomato. I just put it whole thing in the bento box because once you cut it, the moisture will seep out. So I try to avoid any moisture as possible, especially in summertime.
Then lastly, cut your carrot into the flower shape with cookie mold. Garnish some to present your kid's eye. If you have extra okra, it will be nice to use for the garnish too. Before you close the lid, make sure everything is cooling down completely, otherwise the steam will create the moisture. And you'll be left with this delicious meal preps to enjoy throughout the week. Remember, all the recipes are on the box below, and that's it. I have been making bento box for 3 years now, but to be honest, I only have a couple varieties. But more variety and little creativity will certainly give kids more motivation when they open the bento box. Making bento box does need an extra effort in the morning, but just imagine your kids coming back with the empty bento box. We can keep making it together, right?
I hope this video was useful for some of you, and if so, make sure to leave the comment below so that I can make more of this type of video. And for the next time, I'll come back with easy soup recipe ideas. So don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. See you on the next time. Bye bye. またね。